Hey, thank you for joining me today. We're taking a few moments to celebrate the educators and mentors who have shaped who we are. Larry, thank you so much again for today. I would love to hear about someone who made a real difference in your life. So again, the interviews, I told you what the interview is about, and you said that you had thought about someone that impacted you. Some of the questions are, what is or was their name? And be honest, don't make up their name. What was their name?
His name was Charlie Cooke.
Charlie Cooke. Okay. And what about Charlie? How did you know Charlie Cooke?
Okay, Charlie Cooke was a math teacher who also coached football and baseball and basketball at Turlock High School.
Oh, okay.
And he was my coach for 3 years in football and 2 years in baseball.
Oh, okay.
And he was an amazing person. He made us all feel important. We had, on our football team, there were 60 players, which meant there were 5 strings.
Okay.
When I was a freshman, I was probably 6th string.
Okay. Okay.
And anyway, he made a lot of, having him for 3 years was an immense wonder.
Wonderful, wonderful. And he was your teacher or mentor during which years?
Freshman, sophomore, and junior.
Okay. And then tell me a story about your time together, the circumstances and what the experience was like being around Mr. Cooke.
Okay, he was a positive individual, but he loved coaching, and he challenged us immensely. But he gave us all a chance. And there were other things, but are there other questions you're going to ask me that I should be more specific?
Well, what was a specific moment or project that really stands out to you that you can remember and say, oh, you know what? One of these times Mr. Cooke did this, and it really, really made me think about my careers that I'm going to pursue. And
okay, well, he was a one-liner guy. He was full of one-liners, and maybe that's why I love one-liners today. One of his one-liners was, the Bible says it's more blessed to give than receive. And I want you to remember that every time you block and tackle.
That's great. That's great. And then you can continue on the narrative if you'd like to, but basically leads to the third or last question. Again, these are just shorts. Did you have another thing in mind that you remember?
I could give you another one-liner.
Oh, Shay, okay.
Another one of his liners was, if you're good, you don't have to tell anybody. They'll find out.
That's right. That's right. And, in what specific ways has your life become better because of their positive influence?
Well, I have used many of his techniques and many of his statements in my teaching over the years, and I would remind my students that my coach was a very important teacher in my life.
Now, when you say my students, you've been a teacher for how many years?
39 years in elementary and junior high, and 35 years in university.
So it really impacted. We were talking earlier, and you said you had about 7 different seasons, but music was the prominent impact in your career path that you ended up choosing.
Yes, I I wasn't sure what I was doing, but I always had goals. And my sixth goal was to be an electronic engineer.
Wow.
But I found out that, well, in the process of, I started out in college with an engineering major, but I was basically just catching up on everything I didn't take in high school.
Okay.
And I'd always wanted to play the trombone. So I took beginning band in college and learned how to play the trombone and how to read music. And I fell in love with music. And from that point on, I secretly started thinking I wanted to be a music teacher.
That's awesome. And I noticed that how you approach different challenges today, we were talking about confidence, and this particular teacher, Mr. Cooke, gave you that confidence to do different things, not only in music, but in, sounds like PE, physical ed, just all kinds of different things.
Well, one of the things about being taking or playing on a team or singing in an orchestra or band or singing in a choir is that you learn life skills.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the skills he taught us was, don't forget, you represent me, you represent the team, you represent the school, and you represent your parents.
That's right.
Don't forget any of that.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Larry, thank you so much for sharing that. It's really clear how much of an impact that Mr. Cooke had on you, and it's wonderful to hear that his influence is still a part of your life today. I really appreciate your honesty and for taking the time to honor them. So we'll go from there. Thanks again so much for your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.